3, 2, 1.
I'm Nick Knowles and I'm here in Falmouth to take you behind the scenes in one of the most important chapters in a cruise ship's life, dry dock. The team here at Fred Olsen Balmoral are hard at work creating major upgrades and refurbishments. But with its next sailing in only 2 weeks' time, the pressure is on to make sure it's all shipshape and ready to welcome guests. It's a race against time, and every second counts. These days, cruise ships are getting bigger and busier. The world's largest is an incredible 1,198 feet long. That's longer than the Eiffel Tower is tall. Now, the Balmoral is actually just a fraction of that, but stood underneath here looking up, it's clear that it's going to take a lot of work. So over the next few days, hundreds of tasks will be carried out by teams of skilled workers. But first, let's go and meet the man in charge, Captain Brauno. Captain Brauno, thank you so much for allowing us onto the ship during dry dock. It's something that most people don't get to see, and it feels like an honour to be actually up on the bridge. So let's talk about the obvious question. Why do ships need to go into dry dock? Why do cruise ships need to go into dry dock?
The ship is the class requirement, ISM as well set a requirement that twice per 5 years we have to do a detailed bottom inspection as well. So make that one, we have to go into dry dock and then have a look, do the details, everything on our hull.
There are so many jobs going on around the ship. Some of the massive engineering jobs like the new propellers, which are hugely complex and very heavy bits of kit. And then there's other things like rooms being refurbished, and it's such an amazing array of different things happening.
That's the thing, as we know that we have to do the docking, but then we try to plan as well, okay, what we can do as well during that time when we're in dry dock to improve the vessel as well, improving via to consume less fuel. That's what we're happening, the propellers and everything. And if we have some equipment which is already due some overhaul, that's a perfect time to do it. And of course, as the guests are at the moment at home, enjoy the time at home, we have the possibility to refurbish the cabins and whatnot.
And how long normally is it in a dry dock?
Depends the scope of work, what we're planning to do. So it varies from the work scope. For us is now 2 weeks, can be 3 weeks. Depends on the work scope.
Yeah, you have some extraordinary talent in the people that are working on this ship.
Extraordinary. If I would have a couple of guys coming to help me in my home place, I would be in a good spot. No, they are skillful workers. They are a really, really good team that we have on board.
So I've got to ask the last question, because it's like being captain of a ship is like one of those great things. Like some kids, when you grow up, you want to be a train driver. You get to captain an enormous cruise ship. How much fun is that?
It is fun, but the thing is, the old days, the captain was one-man show, but it's not anymore. You have a team of people which really help you, and you rely on the team as well. It's not only that, okay, the master is the main man. No, we have engineering, we have deck officers. So all combined, it's, with this team, ideal. You cannot wish any better crew.
Brilliant. You're not just driving a ship, you're driving a small town around a village of people and services, and there's so much going on, and you have to have an eye on all of those things.
It is. Let's say we have a standard like 600 crew, and then we can take up to 1,300 guests on board as well. So it's quite a decent number what we are human souls on board when we're at sea. Huh?
Also, last question, you're coming up very close. The end of the dry dock time is fast approaching. And you've got to get back out at sea soon. You're going to be done in time.
Yes, of course. You can always count on Fred Olsen Cruise Lines.
One of the major tasks today is replacing the propellers. There's two of them, one here behind me and one not attached yet over there. Now, each of these specially ordered pieces of incredible engineering is made of solid brass. And to give you an idea, each blade is about 2,000 kilos, which is the spice of an average rider. It is an incredibly intricate and fascinating process. And so to find out a bit more about it, I'm going to go over and meet Tom Jarrett, who is dry dock superintendent, find out how they manage such a intense task under such pressure. So tell me about the propeller and how it interacts with the steering as well.
This one is in the process of installation. We've got 4 propeller blades with controllable pitch. So basically, imagine a windmill
Yeah.
with the blades changing their position depending how much power and how much speed you want. So basically, the more power you need, you're changing the position of every single blade. And this piece of equipment here is a hub that controls this movement. So basically, the higher speed, the higher pitch. As you can see here, this conical piece is so-called chroma slide. That gives us very good fuel efficiency. It was individually designed for our ship, Balmoral, and basically we are going the same speed with less fuel consumption.
Okay, so all of these various different technical additions to the propeller, the ability to move it and change it and actually put the way you push it past the steering actually is economically better in terms of fuel efficiency.
Yes, that's much better for sustainability, that's much better for fuel economy and whole environment.
Yeah, better for everybody then, isn't it?
It took us approximately 20 hours to put these 4 blades on.
20 hours.
20 hours, that's the whole process.
We've only got a few days till this goes back in the water, so you're going to have to get a move on with this one.
Absolutely, absolutely, that's the thing.
After a busy morning, it's time for the team to refuel in the crew mess. Hello guys, mind if I join you? I'm Nick.
Hi, I'm Francie.
Hello, Francie.
I'm Callum.
I'm Gigi.
Hello guys. Listen, I wanted to have a chat with some of the crew. What made you join this sort of life at sea?
For me, it was an accident. So I worked shoreside before. I had the opportunity to fly out to a ship, and then I was like, I definitely want to do this. It's just the life.
I'd rather be at sea than sat ashore.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, working in IT, shoreside was great, but as soon as I had the opportunity to go on a ship, it was really, really good. Yeah.
Was it something you always wanted to do?
Oh no, for me it was a different story. I was working on a North Sea island, a very small island, and when this became too small for me, I chose something smaller.
Yeah, but it's like a community. So when you join a community, right?
Yes, of course. It's like a family here. Yeah, I was invited by my friend, my best friend in high school, because she's working here for I think 30 years also. So that's why I joined the company as well.
You did. So what's the best thing about being at sea?
The best thing is travel around the world for free.
Oh yeah, of course. You get to see so many places.
Yeah.
And is it like good? Do you just get like in traveling in a small area, you just get to see Europe, or do you travel to other places as well?
Yes, we travel, especially the world cruise when we go to Asia, Australia, Japan.
How amazing is that? I mean, the thing is, I think a lot of people would want to know. I don't think it's right for everybody because some people want to know what's happening the next day and they do this at the weekend, they do that at the weekend. You live lives that are very transient. You're always something new. You have to be a certain character to enjoy that kind of thing.
Absolutely, I think you need to be made for it somehow. So you need to choose this life to enjoy it. You need to really want it to work here. It's not for everybody, but I think we are quite an interesting community, all of us together.
Every day is different, which
Every
is
day
really
is
nice.
different.
Yeah.
We make a plan in the morning how our day goes, but usually it changes totally during the day.
I've just recently completed quite a big tour, 23 countries in sort of 15 months, and you just get, it is amazing to see the world, but you have to be somebody who can sort of live out of a suitcase all that time, and you're like running a hotel, but it's on the move all the time, isn't it?
We take everything with us for months at a time before we then go home for a couple of months and then we come back again. But it's great. I wouldn't choose anything else.
No.
Yeah.
How about this dry dock experience? How is the dry dock experience compared to being at sea? How does your life change?
It's completely different. The working hours are slightly longer, but there's so much to do. The maintenance that's done on board, as you can see, all the ceilings are down, the work that's going on underneath the ship.
It is a positive side that we give it a try now to see what we can improve also and what needs to be done maintenance-wise. And I think the crew is really excited about to see also the maintenance projects once they're finished. So we're all quite excited, I guess, to see how the restaurants will look like after the refurbishment. Some cabins will be refurbished, so we are excited about the dry dock in general.
And into the dry dock, is it a big challenge? Because obviously you've got a short amount of time to do an enormous amount of stuff. everything obviously is planned to the millimetre, but there's always going to be challenges come up during that time.
Definitely, but we have a lot of crew on board and everyone works as a team. So if we have a problem, we have our morning meetings and we'll get additional resource from other departments on board. Everyone chips together. So for the accounts department, I think they've had a couple of people. They do fire guard, yeah.
From my side, my staff, they're working in accounts, but now they're working helping the fire guard, fire patrol.
Oh, okay.
For a week now.
And why is that? Because is there a sense of community and sense of, why do you go as far as and say family?
Yes, it's like a family here that we need to help each other.
Yeah, we're lucky that we're one of the smaller ships, so we have much less crew and everyone clubs together. It's not like working on a big ship where you have thousands of crew members and you don't know who's who. Everyone knows each other and everyone helps together.
I like that. It sounds to me like that when coming into dry dock, despite the fact there's hundreds of things to do and lots of things to sort out, you see it as a challenge that you can all get together and help us bond you rather than being a pressure and a worry.
Yes, absolutely.
Brilliant. Apart from the fact people come and interrupt you whilst you're having your lunch to talk about it. So I'll let you carry on. Mine's getting cold too. Next up, the team are tackling one of the biggest jobs, repainting the hull. An impressive £1 million worth of new paint will be applied in a meticulous process. But first, they've got to take off the old paint using a machine that collects and recycles the waste. To find out a bit more, I'm going to chat to production director Darren Rice. Darren, talk me through the paint stripping process.
So the underwater hull, 6,300 square metres, about this oil submerged, full paint removal by ultra high pressure blasting system.
Right.
So using no grit, no waste, medium, anything like that. It's all fresh water, high pressure, removes the paint, filters, vacuum recovery, filters the debris, the paint from the fresh water, discharges fresh water. So a very good environmentally friendly process.
And what's the sustainability impact of the new paint system?
So the paint system, many years ago, all sorts of material was used to manufacture paints, metals. Nowadays, this system is manufactured from silicon, basically from sand, which is great. And after the application, due to the surface profile and texture, it improves the vessel's fuel efficiency massively.
So essentially it's slicker going through the water.
Exactly.
And so less drag means less engine power to drive it along.
As the car industry, developed aerodynamics and vehicle shapes and contours, so have they in the shipping world.
That's amazing.
So it's actually the same.
So it's gone from like a very large dolphin to a very large tuna. It's like
exactly
sleeker in the water. Nice, I like it. Once the hull is prepped, it's painted entirely by hand, including incredibly detailed work with handheld sprayers. And it's this new coat of paint paired with an incredibly efficient propeller that is a real game changer in terms of Balmoral's fuel efficiency. Back on board, as you can see, the team are busy transforming what was the Palms Cafe into the new Thistle restaurant, a vibrant new space where all the different sections represent a different season of the year. There is a lot to crack on with, including brand new layout, refreshed seating areas and an updated buffet and beverage stations. With the 2-week dry dock period nearing its end, the clock is ticking and the team are working tirelessly to complete the finishing touches. But with just one day until Balmoral's next sailing, every detail counts.